let me share my screen here. And welcome everybody. It's great to see you guys. It's great to see all of you. And I hope in these 20 minutes you have fun. But more importantly, let me hold on just one moment. More importantly, I want to share with you guys 4 approaches, 4 ways to enhance your creativity. So if you are thinking you're not quite creative enough, these are the 4 paths to take for being creative. So let's get going, shall we? And oh, by the way, if you could put on your video for those, I am looking at you guys. It would be great to actually see you. I would appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let me just get my chat going here. All right. So, very first thing, this is going to be interactive. You see a bunch of objects in front of you. I'd like you to close your eyes and put your finger around these objects and then stop and open your eyes and see what object it comes to. All right. So what I'd like you to do is answer this question. Your creativity is like your object, the object that you picked, because, and I'd like you to write that on the chat. I'm going to give you 1 minute to make that happen. Your creativity is like your object because, David says, because I have different speeds. It's a blender. My creativity is like batteries because it supplies energy. Indeed. My creativity is like light bulb because it takes energy and burns out. If I keep it on for 16 hours, like you probably have been doing. I'm not going to read all of these. You can read them yourselves. All right. Terrific. Thank you so much. I hope you are a little warmed up to start thinking about your own creativity as well as the creativity of others. So this session is about not only your creativity and how to build your creativity, but others' creativity. So I promise that I'm going to talk to you about 4 key ways to enhance your creativity. And I call it the beta approach. The beta approach. And that stands for knowing what your blocks and barriers are and doing something about it. It's about exercising and using your creativity. And then the T is our tools. So you use a lot of tools to use your creativity, to enhance your creativity, and awareness and education. Those are the 4 approaches. So what I'm going to do is talk about each of those approaches. First one is blocks. Now, being aware of what your blocks are and finding ways to work around your blocks or get rid of your blocks is certainly one key way of being more creative. I happen to believe, as I imagine everybody here believes, that you are already creative. You're very creative. And the problem is in our culture, especially when we're around 3rd grade, it gets thrown out of us. And so we have to relearn what it is to be a child or to be creative again. So the question is, what are those things that are in the way? Now, there are basically 2 key areas in the blocks. There is the internal, that is internal blocks like fear, stress, not having sacred dinosaurs, limiting beliefs, etc. And then there are the external ones, not having the rewards, not having the resources, policies and laws, traditions and culture, language, etc., etc. This is not an exhaustive list. This is just the more common blocks to look at. So what I'd like you to do is think about, well, before you do that, I'm going to give you an example of one block in particular. All right. This is a block. Take a look at this image here. What do you see? Anyone care to tell? Take off your microphone and say what you see.
Black dots and white dots changing.
Right, right. And you know, I bet you guys think, some of you at least, others know what this is, that this is animated. It is not animated at all. It's actually a still. And it's your mind that is adding the dots, and your mind adds things, lots of things, to create assumptions. That's a block. That's a block. That's saying this is happening here. This is reality, when in fact it's not reality. Here are some elixirs for dealing with your blocks. A whole bunch of them. You may not be able to read. It might be too small for some of you, but I'll read a few of them off. Is looking at assumptions. That's one thing. Just asking your question, what am I assuming here? Am I seeing those dots? Not being able to play. And not being able to pretend. So the elixirs are as to play, to pretend, to ask about assumptions, to take a hike, to take a nap, to doodle, to take a class in something, to get psychotherapy, to deal with some of the external stuff, ask others about policy, change policies, etc. So what I'd like you to do is to take a minute on your chat and write down what are some of the elixirs you might have for your blocks. What are some elixirs that you have for your blocks to unblock those blocks? You know, we don't have to hear about what your blocks are, just your elixirs. What are things that you could do about it? Take a massage. Walking the dog, indeed. Walking. Chocolate. Sports, yoga, absolutely. Dance to wonderful music. Sleep, shower, walk. Tequila. Breathe. Engage with friends. Conversation, anything that breaks up the default, anything. What breaks up the default for you? Five more seconds. All right. So using the elixirs, first of all, knowing what your blocks are and using your elixirs is one way to enhance your creativity. So let's look at the next way in the beta approach, and that is exercising. Now, one way of being more creative is simply by attending the symposium. One way of being more creative is by simply being creative, just getting out there and doing something that's creative, something that you wouldn't normally do. And that's exercise. But you could actually do certain exercises deliberately. For example, the warm-up that for some of you came later, but the warm-up I had you guys do with the objects is a creativity exercise. It's actually a warm-up to get you to think more creatively, and it's also a warm-up to get you into the subject of creativity, although I'm sure many of you are immersed right now. So exercise is just enables you to use your creativity. So I'm going to show you a game that I love. I play all the time, and I would like to see what the answers are out there. And that is, what the heck is it? I used to call it what the hell is it, but I didn't quite go with the corporate world. eh, so there is this object here. My question for you is, what the heck is this item? There used to be a game on TV called the Liars Club where everybody had an invention and created. David, you knew that? And so that's what I'm asking you to do, is tell us what this could possibly be. I was going to give you an example, but saying a glove stretcher, as Beth said, is perfect. You put a glove in, you can stretch it. What else could this be? Give you a minute to generate those. It's something to turn gloves around, chopsticks, a giant clothespin. I'm an old costumer. Blackberry picker for the one berry that's out of reach. Put in your hair, something to shovel, a hairpin. It is a wrapping yarn, brain extractor. Keep it coming. Even if you already have one out there, do it again. That's how you exercise it. When you keep on generating these ideas, don't stop at 1, don't stop at 5. Keep it going in the time that I am giving you. You got 20 more seconds. A small balancing apparatus, hair clip, roller coaster. Making a mouth bigger, making it smaller. Fiddlesticks, torture implement, paperclip, etc. All right, time is up. Good job. Give yourselves a hand. So that's somewhat of a silly exercise, but believe it or not, by doing that, that will enhance your creativity. Indeed. Let's do one more. What I'd like you to do is get a piece of paper if you have one in front of you. And then I would like you to mimic or just draw this scribble that you see in front of you. I'll give you 10 seconds to do that. And this is an exercise you could do anytime. This is a more visual exercise. What I'd like you to do is within 45 seconds, I'd like you to take the scribble and create something out of it. A story, an object, anything out of it, starting now. All righty. Now, what I'd love for you to do, for those who have the video on, if you could take your drawing as it is and just show us what you've got. Oh, I see a duck, I think. I see a couple birds. Oh, smiling person. Oh, terrific. A hand. A roller coaster again. That's terrific. Give yourselves a hand for that. So there are lots of different exercises out there that you could do, a million of them. I have several games that I've designed, but there are games out there playing charades. If you want to know more, talk to me. I got 1,000 of them, 1,000 different ways. But what's important is to integrate this into your life. When you are approaching something, then just ask, how can I be more creative? All right, let's move on. I got 5 minutes, so I only got to the BE. I was going to have you come up with, in fact, while I'm doing this, write down certain things that you do to exercise your creativity. But let's go to tools. Creativity is simply making connections. said Jobs. Many of you may have heard that particular quote. And the tools that are out there in the world, and there are a lot of them, are simply to do just that, to help you make connections. Brainstorming being the first one that Alex Osborne created. Is about making connections. That's a tool. So I would suggest for those out there, use more and more tools that are there. Learn about what tools exist out there, like morphological box, like using metaphors, et cetera, et cetera. There are a lot of tools out there. My favorite tool is a random stimulation tool. When I ask you to pick an object, that's a random stimulation tool. When you picked an object and compared it to your creativity. We're not going to do anything, but I would like you to write down now in your chat. I would like you to write down some of your favorite tools that you use for your creativity. It could be simply your journal. Play, any kind of play, improv, or is a tool too. That's also an exercise, a way to have exercise as well. Time constrained rapid ideation, absolutely. All righty, let's go on. Here are some tools I've got. Meditation is a tool, actually. Taking a bath and a shower is a tool to enable your incubation. I call it the FFUs, which is exercising your using your flexibility, fluency, and uniqueness. But let's move on. The last one is awareness. And this is awareness of your creativity as well as the creativity of others. And you could do that by learning about others' creativity, or learning about the creative process, others' creative process, or your creative process. This is the generic creative process here. I call it, the first piece is focus, generate, aha, and action. And there are two components, which is fairly unique: the external component of the creative process and the internal. So learning about that is a way to enhance your creativity. Here are some strategies to enhance your creativity. Read about creativity. I'm sure many of you in this room have just done just that. Go to a trial, see how an attorney works. Go to museums, taking the Torrance test, creativity test, or any personality tests. Lots of different ways. Write down some of the ways that you and strategies for you to become more aware of your creativity as well as others. And with that, the time went by much too fast, but I got it done. I know I have to leave. The time is over. But if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. And thank you so much for the time. And I hope you enjoyed this. And I wish for you a creative day and a creative life.